Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Savik TV, your home of infotainment. So there is a debate that I want us to close today, ladies and gentlemen. We have one of the biggest West African cities and one of the biggest East African cities. We have Ghana, we have Accra in Ghana, and we have Nairobi city in Kenya. So today I want us to close this debate because we've witnessed the highest relocation of Nigerians to the two cities. There are a lot of Nigerians who live in Ghana right now, to be specific in Accra, and of course in Kumasi and the other cities in Ghana, but majorly in Accra. And we also have a very huge population of Nigerians that are migrating to Kenya and Nairobi, to be specific. So we want to know, why is it that all these Nigerians are moving to Ghana and to Kenya? Why are they moving to Accra? Why are they moving to Nairobi? So between these two cities, Nairobi and Accra, which one is better, or how are the cities faring? And of course, you know, east or west, home is best. So I'm definitely gonna begin by telling you a few facts about Nairobi city, and then once we get a glimpse of what Nairobi city is all about, we'll engage a few minutes again about Ghana, rather Accra. So we'll discuss a few things about Accra as well, and then once we're done with that, we'll maybe see similarities, differences, and we'll close the debate. So we are definitely gonna close the debate. Of course, as I said, Accra is the capital city of Ghana. Nairobi is the capital city of Africa. It's normally referred to as the city in the sun. It's the only city that has a national park within its within the city. So definitely, I mean, yeah, so Nairobi it is. So let's start with Nairobi, and of course we'll start by looking at the population and diversity of Nairobi, whereby currently Nairobi has a population of about 5.5 million people of different cultures, different ethnicities, which of course gets to offer a very vibrant cultural scene. And you get to realize that there is a lot of expatriate, there are so many people coming into the city who are expatriates in Nairobi. So it has a very huge expatriate community that are contributing to the multicultural atmosphere that we are witnessing in Nairobi at the moment. Another thing about Nairobi that is really very key is the economic activities that happen there. One thing is, you get that Nairobi is the gateway or the major economic hub of East Africa. So a lot of economic activities ranging from finance, technology, tourism, manufacturing all happen here, and then it gets now to spread to all the other East African states. Another thing is that Nairobi has earned itself the name Silicon Savannah. Why is it that it has earned this nickname? Oh, so you get to realize that Nairobi city is home to the Nairobi Securities Exchange, which is one of the largest in Africa. And of course, there is a very high number of tech startups that are growing currently in Nairobi. You know, even Google has its headquarters in Nairobi right now in Africa. So that is one of the things that has made Nairobi actually to be the Silicon Savannah. Talking of development and infrastructure, man, the road network is unbeatable, definitely. So Nairobi has very well developed infrastructure, ranging from the modern amenities such as roads, a very good network of roads. We have hospitals, you know, then we have a very good hospital in KU, referral, with Kenyatta referral. I mean, KNH, that is. So we've very good hospitals, we've very good educational institutions ranging from the University of Nairobi, Kenyatta University, JKUAT, man, name them, Daystar University. So all these are in Nairobi city, so which makes it really very well developed in matters infrastructure, matters education. And then of course the city has made very significant investments in infrastructure lately. Projects like the Nairobi Expressway, the standard gauge railway that connects Nairobi to Mombasa, among other things, of course, that makes really Nairobi to be, you know, stand tall out there versus its competition, that is, you know. Another thing is Definitely, when you mention business, you can't mention business without talking of the shopping malls and retail outlets that we have in Nairobi. So Nairobi tends to boast of numerous shopping malls, ranging from Two Rivers Mall, which is one of the biggest malls in Africa at the moment. But of course, we've BBS Mall that was recently launched, so it's also one of the biggest malls in Africa right now. It's in fact bigger than Two Rivers. And then of course with the Junction Mall, with Sarit Center, with other malls, the current waterfront, and they have so many malls that are really very huge. For those in Lagos, Ikeja Mall is way smaller than the malls that I'm talking about, so you can imagine how big these malls are. And then of course you get that the retail sector is also very well developed, with a mix of both traditional markets and modern shopping centers in terms of supermarkets. The brands like Majid Al Futtaim, the Carrefours, all those Naivas, Quickmart, all these, they make it do very, very well. But of course, when I started this video, I said that Nairobi is, the city in the sun. So you can't mention the city in the sun and then fail to talk about tourism and all those attractions. So Nairobi offers a very unique blend of urban and natural attractions, with the Nairobi National Park, you've the current Blexen Museum, you've the Giraffe Center. I recently shared a video of the Giraffe Center, so you can get to check it out and have a feel of the Giraffe Center that I just shared. The city also has very good nightlife. There are a lot of clubs in here. You can definitely get to enjoy, have a very good time overnight. Of course, there are a lot of cultural activities that attract tourists. The Maasais, they have their unique culture, and all the other tribes, they have their own unique culture as well in Nairobi. So that is enough reason to come to Nairobi, Abi. Is it all rosy in Nairobi? No, there is definitely a challenge or two about Nairobi. Of course, number one, you realize that traffic is a problem because of the population that is in Nairobi. As you said, it's about 5.5 million people. So definitely, if all these people are commuting to get to the city center, it becomes a challenge. So Nairobi is notorious for its heavy traffic congestion, which is normally a challenge, especially during the peak hours when people are going to work. That is 6 to 8 a.m. and maybe 5 to 7 p.m. when they're leaving work. Of course, public transportation is often very crowded and unreliable, which tends to be a challenge, but it's something that can definitely be beaten, right? Another challenge that maybe you can mention is about cost of living. You get that the cost of living in Nairobi is it's high. It's very high compared to other cities in the region and even in Africa. So it's another thing that we definitely have to mention. And of course, the aspect of security. Nairobi is safe, yes, but there are some areas that are safer than others, depending on the side of town that you're living in. So basically, that is it with rather about Nairobi. So what do we have to say about Accra, Ghana, man? What do you have to say about it? Settle down. Again, let's talk about Ghana. So Accra is the capital city of Ghana, and it's the largest city of Ghana, or rather the largest city in Ghana. Of course, there is Kumasi that I talked about. It's equally big, but we'll talk about Kumasi in another video. What is the population of Ghana at the moment? Rather, of Accra at the moment, it's about 2.5 to 3 million people. So when we mention population and diversity, definitely Ghana, rather, I don't know why I keep mentioning Ghana. Accra's population is like half Nairobi's population. So that tells you that it's fairly smaller than Nairobi. The city, of course, is very welcoming. You've seen a lot of tourists also going to Ghana, going to Accra and taking photos at the Accra gate. They see the people are very welcoming. Yeah. You need to experience that, Abby. So the city is very welcoming, very friendly, a very welcoming atmosphere, and you feel that sense of community. Talking of economic activities in Ghana, you get that Accra is actually the economic and administrative center of Ghana. Of course, being the capital city, that is where all the action happens, and all the sectors ranging from finance, trade, tourism, all those of course get to happen in Accra. And then of course the city is equally doing very well as far as tech is concerned, and it has become a very attractive destination to foreign investment. But of course, Nairobi is still the Silicon Savannah, right? Number three, when we talk of development and infrastructure, as far as Accra is concerned, you realize that it has made very significant strides in infrastructure development. There are a lot of improvements that have been made as far as road network and urban planning are concerned. And the city is also expanding its airport and port facilities to boost trade and tourism, because it has realized that a lot of foreigners are coming in, so they have to really try to fit in to welcome all these people. We've mentioned a lot of malls in Nairobi, the Two Rivers Mall, the BBS Mall, Waterfront, Sarit Center and all that. So does Accra have malls? Definitely it has modern shopping malls as well. So it has shopping malls ranging from the Accra Mall. We have West Mills Mall, of course, among others, that offer not just shopping, but they also offer entertainment options. It has lively markets as well. For instance, the most known market in Accra is the Makola Market, or Makola Market, depending on the pronunciation, which of course tend to offer very rich cultural experience, and it's something that you need to experience or witness on visiting. Do we have any cultural or historical attractions in Accra? Definitely, man. There are a lot of them, so you need to visit this place to witness the rich cultural heritage with attractions like the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, the Independence Square, and all other vibrant art scenes that are within the city. And of course, the city hosts very many cultural festivals from time to time, and events to celebrate the Ghanaian traditions and history, so you won't miss activity anytime you visit this city. Does the city have any challenges? Just like Nairobi, it has its own traffic related issues, so congestion is a problem in this city, just like in Nairobi. Cost of living is kinda affordable compared to other African capitals, so it's fairly affordable even than Nairobi. Safety, definitely, as any city, even New York has its own security challenges, so Accra equally has its own fair challenges of petty crimes here and there, but it's fairly a good city to stay in. So now we've kind of looked at the similarities or factors within these two cities, Accra and Nairobi. So which factor gives an advantage of one city over the other? Why do you think Nairobi is a better city versus Accra? That is the capital of West Africa. It's of course the capital of Ghana, but it tends to represent West Africa. So which city do you think is good? So maybe we'll mention maybe 3 factors or 4. Maybe if I get to time, I'll give a bonus factor why I think Nairobi is better than Ghana, rather than I don't know why I keep mentioning Ghana. I definitely do a video of Nairobi versus Kenya versus Ghana. Now factor number 1, why I feel like Nairobi is better than Accra. As far as development and infrastructure is concerned, you realize that Nairobi is more developed infrastructure wise, because of what we've witnessed, especially with the Nairobi Expressway. Accra is making progress in infrastructure, but it still has a lot of challenges regarding expanding its transportation network. So Nairobi is doing better as far as that is concerned. Number 2, when you look at the cost of living, again, the cost of living is fairly higher in Nairobi as compared to Accra in terms of housing, consumer good prices. So in that case, I think we'll say Accra is better, because Accra is relatively affordable as compared to Nairobi. So Nairobi has a point as far as infrastructure is concerned. It wins over Accra. But then when it comes to cost of living, Accra wins over Nairobi because it's fairly cheaper, and we want, of course, things that are affordable, right? That aside, when you now talk of tourism and attractions, of course, Nairobi wins hands down because of the urban nature experiences that are very unique. We have the Nairobi National Park and all those other things that we've mentioned, the Giraffe Center and everything else. Whereas Accra is just known for, the cultural and historical side. So it's not it doesn't offer a lot of options as compared to what you get in Nairobi. So Nairobi wins on that. Finally, talking of currency, the Kenyan shilling, we use the Kenyan shilling, whereas in Ghana they use the Ghana cedi. So when you compare to the dollar, which is a common currency, one US dollar is equivalent to around 15.64 Ghana cedis as at the time of this video, whereas one US dollar can be compared to 129 Kenyan shillings. So when we mention that, I think the Ghana cedi wins over Kenya, so their currency is stronger. What about the purchasing power? Of course, both cities face different challenges regarding currency fluctuations, which tends to affect the purchasing power. Because recently, of course, the Ghana cedi had faced a lot of challenges, but then it actually managed to pull through. So it managed to win that and overcome that challenge. So I think that will be it on. So which one wins? I think it's kind of 50-50 because I have just mentioned four things. So on cost of living and currency, Ghana wins, that Accra wins, sorry. And then on development and infrastructure, in tourism and attractions, Nairobi wins. So for me, no city wins. They're all equal. They're all good African cities. And you need to visit both to just have a feel of the western side of Africa and the eastern side of Africa, right? I'll close my video at that. I kindly request that you guys subscribe, comment, like, share, and then of course look out for the next video where we'll be now sharing the experience of Kenya versus Ghana, because I've really mentioned Ghana a lot of times, so I need to do a video about Ghana. Bye bye, thank you so much, see you in the next video.